So now that you've learned the hard way that it was all too easy to forget to set a keyframe to save your changes, it's time to talk about auto keying. Now, auto keying is super powerful, and when you're a beginner, it's actually really easy for auto keying to save a change that you didn't want saved. So hopefully I can explain how it works and then give you some practical advice for the beginner. Okay, so first, how do you activate auto keying? Well, down here on our timeline, we have this auto keying button. When this is blue, auto keying is activated. So the default out of the box settings, it will always key your location, rotation, and scale channels if you make a change inside your 3D viewport. So if I just drag it along this way, you see it's keyframed everything. Now, if we make a change in one of the channel boxes that already has some animation in it, it's going to keyframe that change, but only that single channel. It's just something to be aware of. If I wanted to keyframe everything, just make sure you make that change in the viewport, or you can also just hit I inside your viewport to choose your keying set, or just keyframe them there like that. Now, what if for this animation you didn't want to have any scale animation at all? So I wanted to clear this animation and just use a keying set to key our location and our rotations. Well, you might think we go down here, activate our keying set for location and rotation, and now when we make a change, you'll be like, oh, my scale channels are back. Now, why is that? And that is because we haven't told auto keying to use the keying set. And that is with this button down here. When we activate this, it forces Blender to use the settings here. So let me just clear this and show you what I mean. Go to a new frame. Let's just move it. And now it's added a keyframe and we haven't got our scale channels back. Now, if we wanted to copy over a keyframe, we just make sure that we're on the specific keyframe. And then whatever changes that we make, so we just rotate it, it's going to record and keep all of those changes. Now, when you're a beginner, it's always way too easy to accidentally set a keyframe that you didn't mean to set. My advice would be to actually get into the habit of turning this on and off. So turning it on when you're ready to start animating and then turning it off when you've finished animating. The hardest problem with that is to remember to turn it back on again. So that's auto keying explained with some of the common mistakes that you're likely to make. So now what I want you to do is to go back and repeat the last exercise that you did and practice it again with your auto keying turned on. You're probably likely to make some different mistakes that you did the first time, but that's why we're actually practicing this. We're going to make all our mistakes now and get better in the future.